welcome back to the channel and a new video. We're going to pick up right where we left off with the little Hyundai I10. This is starting to come together and look like it's going to be quite a nice car now. In the last video we got it in primer and we done the guide coat while it was still wrapped. We unwrapped it and Chris is there cracking on, flattening off the guide coat as we speak. That rear bumper that I got from Copart Salvage had a couple of little marks and digs around it. Chris went round, sorted those out, and he got that in primer as well, so that's ready to go. For the front bumper, we went down the route of a brand new pattern one. It's already, probably not going to be able to get it out. I probably should have done this before I cut in, but it's already in primer, that bumper. And I've read a bit of research that they are quite a good fit. So we're going to get on and get that done, and then hopefully get it down the paint shop. Back on the little Hyundai, just warming the truck up to go and collect it from the paint shop. I thought while that's warming up, just quickly, the little Clio, I've sold that to my brother for his son. We're just waiting for the logbook to come back for it, and then that can get on its way. The Peugeot 306 is sold and it is going to Ireland. They're picking it up next week, but we are still waiting for the logbook for that as well. My little van, the brake pads are gone on it, so I need to do them. And the Golf, again, we're waiting for the logbook for that one to come through. The Volkswagen Crafter we've still got, but I've put it on Instagram a couple of times for sale, and hopefully that goes soon. Let's get round the paint shop. Quite bright out here. It's quite bright out here the way I'm facing, but I've just picked it up from the paint shop, and what a difference now. This little car looks like new. It's been painted all the way around, right down both sides, right across the back, and obviously both bumpers. This really is going to be a lovely little car now. The fuel filler flap is inside, that's been painted as well. Look how much nicer and brighter that does look. Not a dent, scratch or ding in it anymore. Considering how bad that was, if you remember, and if you haven't watched it, go back and watch the first video where this car had been used as a bit of a dodger. Let's get it unloaded and start piecing it back together. We're in the workshop. I'm going to get it up on the ramp and we're going to crack on, make a start on it. We've decided that we're actually going to start with the back end. I've just got the back bumper out of the inside of it, and the reason that is the front bumper's still round there. I didn't want to put it in the car and get it leaning up against that one and get any scratches or marks on it. And the back of it is quite straightforward. It's under there, you've got the two number plate lights, that's the only electrics. We've got the reflectors and one fog light, the rear lights to put in, and the exhaust to hang back up. We had to disconnect the exhaust here on the hanger just to get it down a little bit, because this bolt for the bumper is actually right up the back there and it was a struggle to get to. So we'll crack on and get the back end fitted up. Made quite light work of that. The only thing left to do on the back end is really the little badge. It all went together very, very easy, and I've managed to do it in quite a quick time. It really does look like a new car on the back now, but there was a small fail. Now, we knew that we needed a backlight for it, and if you remember, that backlight there is actually got a crack in it. Now, when I went down Kent Auto Salvage to get this back bumper, they didn't have a backlight in that car. It was already gone. So somebody did reach out to me and say they had a backlight, and by the time I got back to them, they'd sold it. So Chris was just running around trying to find a backlight, and then I had a fit. I was like, mate, we haven't got one. So we're going to have to order that and stick the little badge on the back of it. But that was quite straightforward to do and really does look the part. We're now going to move on and start on the front end, but I'm probably going to leave Chris on that because I do need to go and sort the tyres out for it and some other bits and pieces, because 2 of the tyres were completely shot and the other one I think may even be the wrong size. So I'll crack on, go and get that done while Chris is on the front end. Fortunately, we couldn't record that fitting the front headlights because it's quite close to the little Polo we've got there on the jig, but again, Chris made light work of that. A few bolts, threw them in, side repeaters are in, the wing mirrors are back on. I've just been and picked up the front bumper. I've got the old one here, so I'm going to start the process, stripping out all of those grills and swapping it over onto that nice new one. Moved along a real long way with the car, but unfortunately it is getting late now and we're out of time, so we'll be back in the morning. It's another day. I've been out this morning and got those tyres all swapped over, so we've now got 4 very good matching tyres all round the car, all like very good tread. I just wondered, has anybody noticed before I even mention it in this video, Chris has done something a little bit different with this car, and I wonder if anybody notices what it is. He said to me, it just looks like a slab, it's all one colour. He actually changed the colour of those side mouldings to black, and how much better does that look? It really has changed the appearance of the side of the car and looks so much better. I'm not going to go on too much. I've been round, got a set of wheel trims. They was the most tasteful wheel trims I could find in the shop for the car. They only had 5 or 6 different varieties of them. So I'm going to get these on there and we'll see what it looks like. That's better. I moved out here into the light. And those wheel trims, they actually look okay and they really suit the little car, but I've just pulled it outside. We're going to be waiting on the rear light for it. Chris managed to save the old badges. I didn't even realise he'd kept them, and he was out here yesterday fitting those back on, so such a shame we haven't got that back light. Let's go down the car wash, get it all valeted, and then go straight over. I'll try and do it all in one bit. We need to get it MOT'd because it did run out last month. That looks so much better. We are all done, but I went to 2 different car washes and they are shut. I just didn't think, of course they're going to be shut. So I've had to give it a wash down myself. Quite a lot of you mentioned about the before and afters that I've been doing lately, and you really did enjoy them. So I'm going to put a little before in now of that front bumper. And just look at the difference. It really does look nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get any pictures of the damage that was down the outside, but if you didn't see that, we did do another video on it where we did them repairs. Feel free to go back and watch that video. Really does look a smart, tidy, presentable, ready to go car now. The back bumper was quite bad and it had quite a nasty bit of damage there. I'll stick a picture of that in now. And of course I've got that second-hand bumper. That's all been painted and that looks great. I think that was a fantastic idea what Chris done with the mouldings. Please drop the comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think of it. Do you think it looks better, or do you think it would have been better to left colour coded? I really like it, and it's going to be a permanent thing now, staying like it. Just before I took it for MOT, I did put a piece of red tape over that crack in the light because I didn't want to get an advisory on it and tarnish the MOT. So I went out my way to do that and completely forgot that front number plate. You can still read it clearly, so that's not a fail, but it has got a crack through it there. And unfortunately, we have got an advisory on that number plate, which is a shame, but it's, at the end of the day, it's not anything dangerous like brakes or steering or anything like that. So I've given it a little bit of a hoover out inside, a little bit of a wipe over. It could do with a good clean in here, but it does look quite nice now. It's got aircon, that all works fine. And there's the New Year's MOT. So that is the little Hyundai, all done, finished and ready to go. Let's get inside and crunch the numbers. So I wouldn't normally finish the video sitting out here, but Chris is on a phone call. He's been on it for quite a while, and I thought, safe disturbing him and asking him to get out of his own workshop, I'd come and sit outside. It's a lovely day, and we need to get down to everyone's favourite bit, the numbers on the little Hyundai. So let's get to it. The actual car was £525. Very cheap. Especially it's only done 30,000 miles. But if you remember, it had no keys with it, so it was down as a non-runner. It didn't run and drive. So with the fees and everything, it come to £711, which again, still very cheap for that car. The key that we had done for it, we had that done the next day because it was stuck on my truck and the steering lock was on, was £100. I managed to get the key number and the key card from Hyundai, and they actually give them to us. So that saved us a few pound there. The bumper, including the VAT for the front bumper, that's the insurance approved one, and it come in primer, I think. Yeah, already primed. That was £70. The rear bumper, if you remember, I went round Kent Auto Salvage, I got that and a couple of other little bits of trim, and he charged me £40. Paint and materials, that was me and Chris, a little bit of body filler, some primer and some sandpaper. That was £60. The MOT that we just had done, that was £40. And then I had to go and have some tyres swapped round and put onto these rims, and that was £40 as well. It didn't come with a V5 logbook, and that was £25 plus. I'll just change it up for a postal order there and sending it, so that comes to 30, so £30 for that. The wheel trims were £15, and the paint, all the paint work the guy done on it, again, he really looked after us, but you got to remember, we did do all the prep work. We literally delivered it there. He had to mask it up and lay down the paint, but he still really looked after us. That was £400, and he's painted everything apart from the bonnet and the roof, so we're happy with that. So we got a total on that little car of £1,506. Again, we're not going to break any world records on profit for that little car, and we've still got to buy a backlight for it, and I've just found one, it's £25, so I've got to add that to that as well. We're going to ask for that car $19.95. I've just literally flicked on the internet, and the first one that come up was the same sort of money, not recorded. This is a category N, non-structural, but that car was $19.95, but it had done 118,000 miles. All the others were 3,000, 4,000, but that was kind of their limit. So $19.95 for that little car is an absolute bargain, and we're going to end up with probably about £400 out of it, pre-tax profit. So We're not making millions out of it, but it's been enjoyable content. We've enjoyed doing it as usual, and hopefully you guys at home have enjoyed it as well. And if you have, please do give us a thumbs up. We really do appreciate it, and it shows your appreciation. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, where I put out little sneak peeks throughout the day, lets you know what it is that we're up to, what's upcoming and what to expect. Don't forget, please like, subscribe and share. Check out the merchandise, the link is in the description, and we'll see you very, very soon in the next one.